Happy New Year 2018. This is the IPF Outlook for Property Investment 2018 conference. So we're about to find some interesting views on what's going to be happening in the forthcoming year. Challenges facing us are going to include the continuing impact of Brexit, more and more regulation hitting the marketplace, and arguably a weakening occupier demand. So let's walk inside and see what's in store for us.
BNP Paribas have rescheduled Andy Martin's proposed retirement, and he skillfully chaired the panel of 3 speakers from Bank of Ireland, BlackRock and M&G to a capacity audience of nearly 400 who filled Allen & Overy's conference hall. Loretta O'Sullivan of Bank of Ireland showed a fascinating chart with economic uncertainty flaring up last year, giving rise to reduced but positive growth forecasts for the forthcoming 2 years. Frederick Nurbrandt, strategist for BlackRock, gave his high-level view of an economy at the end of its up phase, with little room for upside and some concerning warning signs, in particular on US inflation. I really liked his words of caution: be careful chasing pennies in front of the steamroller. So to Tony Brown of M&G, who had the unenviable task of focusing on the property sector. Against generally high asset values all around, M&G sees UK property pricing looking relatively attractive. 2017 saw a huge shift in performance away from central London offices to industrials, particularly those in the southeast. Not a surprise then to see these at the top of the M&G pick list. Alternative sectors like student accommodation and in particular build to rent are attracting attention for 2018 and increasingly outside London in the major UK cities.
So the conclusion of the session we've just gone through seems to be slow and steady as she goes. Loretta on the economic side sees continued low economic growth, with the exchange rate being very much one of the positive drivers in the exporting front, but seeing inflation beginning to lurk through. That's quite concerning because Frederick is concerned about growing inflation and its impact upon interest rates, particularly his concerns in the US markets. His biggest fear for the UK is probably not Brexit, but no longer Brexit, but really the uncertainty surrounding the next election and the colour of the next government in place. Against this backdrop, Tony is continuing to see a steady market holding up, but with declining returns. Interestingly, a rise of the alternative sector and very much a focus on build to rent, where he highlights that in the US, the residential sector is currently consuming a quarter of all investment into real estate, whereas in the UK, clearly it's a tiny percentage. So that's the outlook from today's session.
Finally, if you're looking for a catchphrase for the year ahead, as David Irwin put it to me, 2018, it's all about beds and sheds, Carl.